Watch how a routine mayor's question time exploded into a tense confrontation as Lord Bailey accused Sadiq Khan of failing to be transparent with Londoners. From missing diary records to disputed housing figures, the mayor faced a barrage of difficult questions that put City Hall under intense scrutiny. Before we continue, hit like and subscribe for more explosive political coverage. Now, let's watch this clip.
Assembly Member Lord Bailey, please.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Before I come to my main question, I would like to ask you, have you made a deliberate decision to hide your diary from Londoners? The last time you published your diary was April 2024. That's over 2 years ago.
Chair, I'm not sure when it was last published. I can look into that.
Yeah, but don't you think it's a little bit flippant to just say we'll look into it? Your diary is a matter of serious public interest, and you've not published it for 2 whole years.
Chair, I'm the first mayor to publish his diary, and I'll find out why it's not been published, but I'm the first mayor to publish his diary.
OK, I'll hold you up. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, but it's very disappointing that you haven't done that. I'd like to ask you all, have you made the decision not to release accurate housing stats? I've repeatedly asked you to provide a list of sites for the starts and completions from your affordable housing programme, December 25, February 26 and May 2026. But these questions have so far gone unanswered. Officers saying they're drafting a response. So will you instruct your team to provide a response as quickly as possible, please?
Yeah, I thought the Chair also asked similar questions. Can I follow this up in relation to, I thought you'd asked Chair similar questions about starts on sites. Let me take this away.
You're correct. Last month, I asked you in person to provide a breakdown of the 10,892 affordable homes that were claimed to have been completed last year, and I followed it up with a letter. If you are publishing these figures and these homes have been financed, they have received funding, surely it should be easy for this list to be produced, because you should be checking the progress of these things.
I agree. There must be, let me say this way, that there's got to be obviously a list of those sites where schemes have started. Can I take this away?
Please do, Chair. Mayor, because it's beginning to become a problem. You missed the target that you were set by the government of 88,000. You missed that. You missed your own reduced target of 52,000. What changes are you going to make? Are you the problem, or is it the Deputy Mayor that is the problem? What needs to be done differently to up your performance in this area?
Well, he's not quite right in relation to the starts, is he? So in relation to the 21-26 starts, which became 23 to 26 because of the delays in the previous scheme, the Department for Communities and Local Government agreed with Homes England and the GLA a 6-month extension in terms of the starts period, which goes to the end of September. So in due course after the end of September, both Homes England and the GLA will be publishing the starts, and clearly we're hoping that we'll meet the target set by MHCLG. The completions you've published in the government, you missed a wide mark. And if I'm unclear, it's because nobody's providing the statistics that are being asked for. And we all know housing's been difficult, but places like the East Midlands, the North West, the South East, and the South West have all outperformed London. And you have more money, more staff. You've just alluded to the fact that you've had more time. What is going to change to make sure we get some affordable housing delivered in London? Well, the reason why London gets more of a grant is not just we're better negotiators, but because it's more expensive in London. 96% of units of housing in London is flats. It's more expensive. They tend to be taller. Land is more expensive. But in terms of completions, he's not quite right again, is he? Because we know it's been published that in each of the last 5 years, for the first time since the GLA begun, there's been more than 10,000 affordable homes completed. We also know, because it's been published, that more than 71,296 homes have been completed from the 116,000 affordable homes starts programme. So that information has been published. And it's right, both Homes England, which includes the areas he's talked about, and the GLA have got a 6-month extension in terms of the 23-26 housing starts programme.
Well, we would know that information is accurate if, of course, your team provided the information to corroborate what they're saying. And the fact that they can't provide that information is at best suspect and at worst a little bit worrying. So we don't know. That remains to be seen. And when it talks about grant, of course, London has had significantly more grant than any other area in the country. So we would expect not a comparable performance, a far better performance from London, actually. Chair, back to you.
Thank you. Assembly Member Giorgio, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, one of the areas where Londoners cannot rely on your decision-making is your management of TfL. Lately, Londoners travelling across the Tube network lately will have seen your 10 Years Together campaign plastered all across TfL property and advertising space. As you know, TfL has long maintained rules and processes designed to ensure political neutrality and to prevent publicly funded advertising space being used for political promotion. Do you believe those rules and safeguards apply to you?
I believe they do, and I suspect that they must be being followed, otherwise those notices wouldn't be there.
Well, that's funny, Mr. Mayor, because you described the campaign as 10 years together for London, yet the office of Mayor of London has existed for 25 years. I just want to get my numbers right. That's correct, isn't it?
I think 26, but there you go.
Well, what's, Mr. Mayor? Mr. Mayor, sorry, the last year's been a bit of a whirlwind, so I'm trying to keep some bits in my memory and others not. So, Mr. Mayor, remind us, how long have you been Mayor of London? I know you like to talk about it a lot, so let's just remind ourselves. Could you do that very briefly?
Yeah, we may disagree on the numbers, but I think it's been 10 years, and some would say another month on top of that.
Yeah.
It's flown by, though.
Yeah. Mr. Mayor, given the corrections, it's one of those days. Mr. Mayor, stop that rubbish now. Mr. Mayor, how can you justify using TfL advertising space for what many Londoners will see as a taxpayer-funded campaign promoting your personal record in office?
I'm not there'll be a difference of opinion on that. I mean, I don't think it's the case. I think I take huge sense of pride in what this city's achieved over the last few years. It's recognised by international awards and so forth, and I think it's a recognition of that, and we should have civic pride in what this city's done and continues to do. If we don't have pride in our city, why should others?
Well, hypothetically, if there had been a new Mayor of London, let's say a Mayor Hall, a Mayor Bailey, another term of Mayor Johnson, would you be singing the same tune? If they had said after 4 years, let's talk about 4 years together, would you say the same thing then?
I think on a serious note, I think that the history of the executive mayor is littered with the respective mayors, being incredibly proud of whatever they've personally, been responsible for, whether it's Boris Johnson or Ken Livingstone. And that's one of the reasons why the GL Act was designed the way it was. It's the nature of the legislation, which is why I suspect the legislation allows our respective mayors to promote policies that benefit all Londoners.
Mr. Mayor, thank you for that. In terms of decision making, you've long advocated and said that local leaders and boroughs know best in terms of decision making. Over the next 4 years, will you be sticking to those comments?
Can I congratulate the member for becoming the leader of Enfield Council? Hopefully other leaders will confirm that I work with leaders across central and outer different parties. He has got a mandate to be the leader of that great borough of Enfield. I'm looking forward to working with him. Hopefully there'll be lots of things we agree on. There may be things we disagree on, but I think both of us at our core want to serve the people of Enfield and London, and so I look forward to working with them genuinely. And it's really important we work together, because Enfield deserves us to work together rather than the knockabout stuff, which is important for democracy. But my promise is to work with him where I can, with its interest for the GLA and the people of Enfield.
The confrontation began with an unexpected question. Lord Bailey challenged Sadiq Khan over the publication of the Mayor's official diary, claiming it had not been updated for more than 2 years. He argued that Londoners have a right to know how the Mayor spends his time, and questioned why the information had not been made publicly available. The Mayor responded by saying he would look into the matter, while also noting that he was the first Mayor of London to publish his diary. But Bailey wasn't satisfied. He quickly moved on to another controversial issue, housing. Bailey questioned why detailed information supporting the Mayor's affordable housing figures had not yet been provided, despite repeated requests. He argued that if City Hall was publishing completion numbers, it should be able to produce the supporting data without delay. The debate then shifted to London's housing targets. Bailey claimed the Mayor had missed both government expectations and his own revised housing goals, asking what would change to improve performance. He also argued that other regions of England had outperformed London, despite receiving less public funding. Sadiq Khan defended his administration by pointing to the higher costs of building homes in London, where land is more expensive and developments are typically larger and more complex. He also highlighted thousands of affordable homes that have already been completed, and said further housing data would be published following an agreed extension to the programme. Throughout the exchange, Bailey continued to press for greater transparency, arguing that without detailed evidence, it is difficult for Londoners to independently verify City Hall's claims. Whatever your political perspective, this hearing highlighted two issues that remain at the centre of London's political debate: transparency in government and the challenge of delivering affordable housing in one of the world's most expensive cities. What do you think? Did Lord Bailey raise important questions about accountability, or did Sadiq Khan provide reasonable explanations for the concerns raised? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss London's biggest political showdowns.